Welcome to Farming Aid.
Today we are taking a look at the future of cattle farming, and the story goes way beyond the Angus breed everyone knows. Agriculture is changing fast. Rising heat, shifting weather, new diseases, and higher feed costs are putting a lot of pressure on farmers across the world. That means the cattle industry needs more than just one type of animal if we want a secure food supply tomorrow. Rare and heritage breeds carry powerful survival traits that modern farming almost forgot. These cattle can handle tough climates, fight off diseases naturally, and produce high-quality beef and dairy from land that industrial breeds struggle on. In this video we will explore 5 rare cattle breeds that might not be famous, but they could be the key to building resilient and profitable farms in the years ahead. If you care about the future of food, animal welfare, and smarter farming, you are definitely in the right place. Let's jump into the world beyond Angus. The first story turns to the rugged countryside of Ireland and the traditional Irish Moiled. This breed is one of the rarest cattle in the world and survives today because dedicated breeders refuse to let it disappear. The Irish Moiled has a distinct appearance with a white body and mottled red markings that create a natural camouflage in woodland and hillside environments. Farmers in centuries past chose the Moiled for small-scale mixed farms that demanded hardy animals able to produce milk, beef, and labor. Those same strengths make it a valuable breed for the future. The Irish Moiled thrives on rough forage and wetlands where industrial cattle might suffer from foot issues or poor nutrition. A Moiled cow can maintain strong body condition on native grasses rather than expensive grain rations. This ability reduces input costs for farmers who want to move toward regenerative and low-input grazing systems. The Irish Moiled also defends itself well against environmental stress. It develops strong hooves and a compact frame in harsh climates where boggy ground and rocky hills could easily injure heavier cattle. As flooding and soil challenges increase in many regions, these attributes matter. Moiled cattle rarely require human intervention to give birth, saving labor and lowering veterinary expenses. Their meat carries rich marbling because the breed grew through natural selection rather than rapid industrial gain. Small farms seeking to differentiate their beef products with heritage branding have discovered that customers respond positively to meat with a cultural story. The Irish Moiled tells a story of endurance, land stewardship, and national identity. Protecting this breed is not only an act of cultural preservation. It is also a way to secure a resilient gene pool that could help stabilize beef production during uncertain times. Turning from Ireland to the heat and dust of Africa, the next essential breed in this conversation is the Ankole-Watusi. Its enormous horns often steal the spotlight. Those horns serve an important biological function by helping the animal regulate its internal temperature during extreme heat. Blood circulates through the horns and releases heat into the surrounding air. As rising global temperatures place increasing stress on livestock, this natural cooling system becomes a valuable adaptation. The Ankole-Watusi has survived in some of the toughest grazing environments on Earth, from drought-stricken plains to seasonal grasslands with nutritional swings. These cattle can thrive on fibrous forage that industrial breeds would find impossible to digest efficiently. Smallholder farmers in East Africa rely on Ankole-Watusi animals for milk, social value, security, and cultural heritage. The milk contains high butterfat and is essential for communities that lack reliable refrigeration or modern feed resources. Although the Ankole-Watusi is not typically bred for rapid beef production, selective breeding has shown that it can improve weight gain while still maintaining heat tolerance and disease resilience. Zoonotic disease pressure continues to rise due to climate change and closer interaction between wildlife and domesticated herds. The Ankole-Watusi offers a pathway to breed cattle that can resist ticks, parasites, and viral infections without relying heavily on chemical treatments. For future-focused ranchers and researchers, it represents a vital genetic bridge between sustainability and productivity. From Africa, this story moves to the American West where the Texas Longhorn has played a legendary role in shaping cattle ranching history. Known for its striking horns and wild, independent presence, the Texas Longhorn embodies survival against drought, predation, and nutritional scarcity. The breed descends from Spanish cattle imported hundreds of years ago and developed through natural selection rather than controlled breeding. This process created strong disease resistance, exceptional calving ease, and the ability to walk tremendous distances for forage and water. Cattle operations today are searching for ways to reduce veterinary costs and improve pasture efficiency. The Longhorn delivers those advantages through its natural genetics. Texas Longhorn beef has changed significantly in perception. Earlier generations dismissed it as lean and tough compared to modern grain-fed beef. As consumer preference shifts toward leaner and more natural meat, Longhorn beef has gained interest again. This renewed appreciation demonstrates that food trends can change faster than breeding trends, and cattle that seemed outdated suddenly become valuable. The Texas Longhorn also plays a role in land management. Its grazing pattern reduces the risk of wildfire fuel buildup by consuming brush and rough vegetation that many cattle ignore. In regions facing wildfire threats due to climate shifts, a breed that helps shape the landscape into a safer environment offers a service far beyond beef production. The Texas Longhorn stands as a reminder that cattle do not only exist to be raised efficiently. They can also be partners in ecological health. In the cold north of Europe and Siberia, the Yakutian cattle of Russia represent one of the most cold-tolerant cattle breeds ever documented. This small and compact animal survived for centuries in temperatures that can drop below -50 degrees Celsius. Climate predictions show that while many regions are warming, others may experience harsher winters, unpredictable freezes, and polar vortex events. Heat and cold extremes both challenge livestock. The Yakutian cattle carry dense coats and specialized physiological traits that allow them to block frostbite, maintain fertility, and deliver strong calves in conditions that would threaten the life of a conventional cow. They consume natural browse and lichens when snow covers grasslands, which allows ranchers to reduce feed imports. Disease resistance in Yakutian cattle also draws interest from scientists. Because they lived under isolated, subarctic conditions with minimal human intervention, their immune system stayed diverse and responsive. Geneticists view the Yakutian as a living archive of cattle DNA that could restore resilience to global herds. If future beef systems want to expand into northern territories or withstand extreme cold stress, Yakutian traits offer a roadmap. The breed currently faces a fragile future because only a small population remains. Every birth strengthens the possibility that humanity retains this incredible genetic legacy. The fifth and final breed in this exploration emerges from the green lowlands of the Netherlands. The Dutch belted cattle, also known as Lakenvelders, are easily recognizable by their black or red bodies and a distinct white belt across the midsection. This breed once influenced global dairy production before industrial farming favored Holstein cattle almost exclusively. Dutch belted cows produce highly digestible milk with excellent butterfat and protein balance. As consumers demand more artisanal and nutrient-dense dairy products such as cheese, yogurt, and cultured beverages, Dutch belted genetics create opportunities for small dairies to differentiate their brand offerings. The Dutch belted breed also excels in longevity and fertility, which means more calves per cow over its lifetime and reduced replacement costs for the farmer. Their calm demeanor and smaller size compared to high-production industrial cattle reduce stress on both animals and handlers. In a world increasingly concerned with animal welfare, breeds that adapt well to pasture and human interaction can support strong community acceptance of livestock farming. Dutch belted animals maintain body condition on grass and forage diets, allowing dairy producers to reduce reliance on purchased feed. This shift aligns with regenerative agriculture goals that prioritize soil health, pasture rotation, and reduced carbon emissions. These 5 breeds, from the Irish Moiled to the Dutch Belted, each offer a distinct answer to the challenges ahead. The common theme weaving through all of their stories is adaptation. Agriculture cannot remain static because the land, climate, and market are not static. Tomorrow's farms may not operate in the same geographic zones or with the same resource availability as today's farms. Drought-tolerant cattle like the Ankole-Watusi become essential when water scarcity intensifies. Cold-hardy cattle such as the Yakutian safeguard farms in northern or high-altitude climates. Multifunctional breeds like the Irish Moiled and Dutch Belted support small farms that want to produce diverse products from the same herd. Survival-oriented cattle like the Texas Longhorn fill ecological roles, control brush expansion, and reduce maintenance needs. The future of beef and dairy requires collaboration between nature and human innovation. Rare breeds prove that nature already solved many of the problems we now face. Industrial cattle were selectively bred for fast growth and uniform appearance, often ignoring traits that do not show up in feedlot performance data. Traits such as hoof strength, maternal instincts, shade-seeking behavior, and immune diversity rarely appear in marketing brochures yet determine whether cattle adapt or fail in real-world conditions. The genetic diversity stored inside these rare breeds acts like a safety bank. If a disease outbreak threatens global herds or heat waves push cattle beyond their limits, breeders can pull from this genetic bank to rebuild resilience. This moment in history demands proactive attention from farmers, ranchers, scientists, and consumers. Supporting rare cattle is not only about nostalgia or hobby farming. It is a strategic investment in agricultural security. Preserving a breed requires land, feed, labor, and breeders who care deeply about the future. The market must reward this effort. Consumers can help by seeking out beef and dairy labeled from heritage breeds. Policymakers strengthen this mission by recognizing rare livestock conservation as a crucial component of climate preparedness. Universities and research institutions contribute by studying these breeds and integrating their genetics into sustainable breeding programs. With stronger collaboration, the industry ensures that tomorrow's farmers inherit tools to thrive. There is also an economic argument woven into this story. Niche products derived from heritage cattle often command premium prices. A restaurant menu that features Irish moiled beef or Dutch belted cheese gains a competitive edge because customers value authenticity and heritage. Agritourism ventures highlight the visual appeal and cultural narratives of breeds like the Texas Longhorn and Ankole-Watusi. Farmers who diversify through rare breeds reduce their dependence on commodity markets that can shift overnight. Revenue from genetic sales, breeding stock, and specialty branded meats help secure farm profitability. Young farmers in particular benefit from cattle that require fewer medical treatments and show natural foraging ability. Owning a herd of resilient animals lowers entry barriers to agriculture. As more young people search for meaningful careers close to the land, rare cattle create pathways into small-scale and regenerative operations without the burden of high infrastructure costs. These breeds support entrepreneurship and land stewardship by aligning with farming models that value biodiversity and ecosystem health. The future of food will demand creativity. Industrial agriculture alone cannot solve every emerging problem. A resilient food system includes cattle that can survive where machinery cannot help. It includes beef and milk that originate from grass and sunlight rather than imported grain. It includes a celebration of regional livestock heritage rather than a single global standard. The Irish Moiled, Ankole-Watusi, Texas Longhorn, Yakutian, and Dutch Belted stand as 5 proof points that the cattle of tomorrow look different from the cattle of today. They are not relics of the past. They are champions of the future. Farmers who choose rare breeds do more than raise animals. They protect a living genetic library. They safeguard skills and stewardship traditions that link generations. They build farms that can withstand the unpredictable. They give consumers choices that reflect values rather than uniformity. The journey beyond Angus is not a rejection of what has worked well in the past. It is recognition that success must evolve. Rare breeds are crucial allies in a world that asks agriculture to become more sustainable, more adaptive, and more responsible. The future of farming will not be built on a single breed. It will be shaped by cattle that can survive heat waves, harsh winters, and disease challenges. Rare breeds may not dominate today's markets, yet they protect the genetics that farmers will depend on tomorrow. By supporting Irish Moiled, Ankole-Watusi, Texas Longhorns, Yakutian cattle, Dutch Belted, and many others like them, we are protecting more than animals. We are protecting food security, biodiversity, and the ability for family farms to thrive in a changing world. If you enjoyed learning about these incredible breeds and want to see more content focused on the future of livestock and sustainable farming, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Let me know which rare breed impressed you the most. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos that celebrate the animals shaping tomorrow's farm.